All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? 180. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You got it.
And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Here's Newton. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ready? Step 180. Mike, great. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Record.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Pulled in at the 24. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. 51, stop. 9, Mike 9.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Hey, 81. Hey, Haywood.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Ready, we're ready. 525. Hey, check. Check mark 33. Check mark 33. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here. Go. Check 33. 33. Here we go. Hey, check mark 33. Check mark 33. 525.
On second down, Ryan. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Now, I know we're only 2 plays in, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, something has to change with the protection, and they can't wait to halftime to make an adjustment.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January. And nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Tackle made by the second-round pick, Isaiah Oliver.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Set. Like 80. 80.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
45, Mike, 45.
Third and long, it's Newton. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Duke Riley in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. The Jets continuing to pour it on. They're opening the lead up even further. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Airing it out, looking, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Tack McKinley in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just...
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Mike, 45.
Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Here we go. Here we go.
45's the mic. 45's the mic. Come on, D.
Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Check Mike 27.
20. Shoot. He get it. 66. Run it. Half.
Throwing on 2nd down. Newton flush to his right. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Here we go. We're set, ready? 3 gun. Undercross. Gun.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got his target. That's more. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. A shotgun snap for Newton. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? It's certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. Tricky one, Sam. Got it.
Throwing again. Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form. That led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, Tuesday. 20. Hey, Echo.
Now it's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side. Oh, it's intercepted. He's trying to get it to Ridley. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. And they come up here now, 1st down. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 14-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Newton now to throw. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
At the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 10 at the Panthers' 33-yard line.
I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan, there goes it. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Well, a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Newton throwing complete to Samuel. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Falcons grab it. Look at the big man rumble. The 40. He's at the 30. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. It's a give to Freeman running right. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So now then the penalty's got them set up with a 1st and goal. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Ryan. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. This will be taken very short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So after the penalty, we'll have one final untimed play here before halftime. A final shot before the break. Newton. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
6 guys. Check. He's coming. 39. Go.
To throw again. Ryan. He's going to loft one. Deep left. And got his man. Complete. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of a group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Army. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Let's go.
Express.
Check. 53 is the mic.
Throwing again. Newton. He finds McKinnon. Complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You ain't got nothing.
45, Mike, 45.
All day, baby, all day.
45 is the mic. What's the
Hey!
From the gun, here's Newton. Goodwin able to haul it in. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
40.
Ready.
Mike, 45. Man, I got you.
Oh, look at the juke. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 more there and another 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
Mike 27. We ain't giving up nothing today.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Oh, it's out. McKinnon fumbled it, and the Falcons grab it. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And for a 2nd straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Ready? You ready? Let's go. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the shotgun, Ryan. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Operating from the gun. Newton under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. 2nd down, McKinnon. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again, because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
You got nothing. Gun. Mike 27, Mike 27. Hey!
From the gun, Newton. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. And that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. They'll run on first down. McKinnon, and he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Newton. He'll take a shot for the end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Great. Mike 27, Mike 27. Come here.
Operating from the gun, Newton. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Tack McKinley racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton. And this is going to be incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. On first down, Freeman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And it'll be intercepted. Hooked by Tarvarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out, and the Falcons grab it. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out.
Watch the safety creep. Alert. Wait. White. 58.
Following the fumble recovery, Ryan, this is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. They come out here in the I. Third and 2, now Ryan. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, look at him.
To throw again, Newton. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Now Newton will bring the Panthers up to go for 2.
Cut.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. And a good job here by the Falcons, their hands team, able to recover it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that.
And Freeman lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Duke Riley able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Another try after the first down sack. Newton He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. Third down here. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Eight, 20. Hey, man, watch the boot. 53's the mic. 53's the mic. Double dog, that's the way.
On fourth down, Newton. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So that one will be accepted. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Toss play to McKinnon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and goal, Newton toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And that won't buy them much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Now Newton will bring the Panthers up to go for 2.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Check 13.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to get in for the 2 points. And that'll make this a 10-point game. Two scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch the shit. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
21. Check. All right, 25 tonight.
Back to the air. Ryan after the pick 6. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Check 3. Hey, check. 21.
Crash.
Space. 20.
Now Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Gun.
Express. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Switch ball. 45. Mike.
Newton to throw. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll get this into the hands of Deion Kane. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Great.
Now Newton. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Newton. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day. But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin. And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for the Falcons, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.